Welcome back, everyone. Izaar here. Today we're gonna make a little tutorial on one of the tier 1 commander on the evil side that's very easy to get and can be actually very strong in his own court. There are multiple ways to build him and he can be fantastic. I'm talking about Grima, aka Tiny Sauron for the for the people that are used to him. I currently have him respect 10, which will give me access to his weapon. We're going to take a look to that in a moment. But first of all, let's go all over his trait. So first of all, Grima is man, which is very, very unique for him on the evil side. And it's something you have to keep in your head because not all of the equipment on the evil side will fit to him. There's a lot of item on the good side if you're on a non-RP server that you can use on him because he is a man. Unfortunately, because I'm in the campaign right now, I don't have access to those items, so I won't be able to help you out with this. But as soon as I get into the non-RP, I'm going to be putting some of the build into the description. So maybe not right now, maybe like in a few weeks, but everything else will be down there. So he's a support, which at level 20 gets 25 focus. Great for him because he is very, very focus oriented, and 5 skill point. Crazy good. Again, the Grima does not have a lot of impact in terms of himself in the battle, like fighting, but his trait and whatever he does to his army helps a lot. He leads melee unit to deal more damage in battle. We're going to get back to this. There's a range build as well, and control. So Carrick's control ability. We're gonna take a look to that in a moment. So command is regular. Might. He has very, very low might compared to other commanders. So he is not a might oriented commander. So the focus on the other end for a tier 1, that's very good focus. You have to keep in mind this is a tier 1, so he's very easy to get. But if you don't have anything else and you're starting, Grima is fantastic. And speed is pretty much average. That being said, let's take a look at his weapon real quick. I actually have the quest here to get the item because my Grima is respect 10. So you have an idea like Master Spy. You have to use Grima to defeat 5 armies in battle. I didn't use it this season, so that's why there's not a lot. For the Wizard, recruit alerts. I guess if you have it respect 10, you might be fairly close to unlock alerts at this point, to be fair. And Score an Advisor, no more. Use Grima to defeat 20 Rohan's commander army. I actually should perhaps use it this season because Rohan is very, very active and I could get this quest done. But because I'm not planning on using my Mithril here, because I have my Gore Bag right now, which have like his weapon already, I'm not going to focus on this. And yeah, Grima's Dagger can see advice perhaps no matter what, you shall bring something in phase 1. I guess this is a mistake because that's not supposed to be it's supposed to be Grima, not Faramir. Whatever. Alright, so that's the weapon for Grima. We're gonna come back to it later again when we're gonna talk about equipment. But we're gonna go into the portrait. So Grima has so many options. Like for real, you can build him with some archers if you have the rank 5 because you deal more damage to range unit, and you can build it with some snipers, the Urukai that will focus range unit. So that snipers and Reaper will be great against range unit. So with this build, otherwise here they always get a chance to do an additional like 24 7 like 30 damage. So this is very good, although Wizard Assistant, sadly, kind of very bad. 50% chance to deal an additional poison damage. Honestly, this is the reason why this build is very specific if you want to build this. Where Grima shine the most is when you get him Respect 3, because he gets Survivors, which round 5 and onward, your ally is going to take 30% less damage at level 15. But it takes effect in round 4 if you actually have it level 15. Adding to that, Prudence, first 2 round, all ally has it's like 50% chance to evade 30% of the damage. Crazy good as well. Like especially because it's the first 2 round, you only have to survive 2 round, having the maximum damage done to you, and deafness that's not going to be used. Unfortunately, there's better options. He carries the second in command trait, which is again a very good trait because it gives your commander 15 focus, which, as you can see and tell, you're very focus oriented, and an additional 15 once you reach level 15 with this. But damage dealt by your melee unit is plus 15% during combat. So basically 15% if well, you're fighting, so you don't see the difference before, but you see it in the battle. It also have anticipation, which ally unit with the lowest defense have 10%, so it raises up to 80% to evade the first 4 next attack. So I've seen Mumakil build on Grima just because of anticipation, because your Mumakil would evade the 4 first instance of damage because they would be the single stack Mumakil. And with the Worm Tongue that we're gonna go, the madness and everything, it's a strange build, but I've run it and it actually works. So I ran it season 1 though. It's been a while. And you have discipline, which raised defense up to 35. So this is one of the things we're gonna use combined to survivor. So I'll make the build once we actually watch all the skills. Then you have Worm Tongue, which take effect in round 2 and will afflict madness to the enemy commander. That's very important, commander. Also reducing the focus of the commander. It's basically going to reduce it by around 50 at the end. Thus, the 50 might as well if you got it level 15. Spoiler: we're not going to have it level 15 because we're going to build those 2 first. But it is very important, and even having it only at level 1 is very strong because you get the madness whatever. Like, the only thing I will increase is the focus. So you can still afflict madness to the commander, which is very strong against a lot of commander. Like, I'm talking about those Gimli, Legolas, who else? Aragorn 2, all those DPS commander, Dane, all very good. If you're playing non-RP, Lurtz, Zegrid, etc., etc. Then you have Master of Mischief, which Sauron also have, and the mini Sauron or baby Sauron is because Grima has Master of Mischief, which Sauron has, and also Enfeeble. So the only difference is the Worm Tongue here, that Sauron has something that deals more damage to all the army, which is better, of course, but still, you got those 2 skills. So you inflict madness to 2 enemy unit and reduce their defense. Super strong. And here, Enfeeble, so enemy is subject to madness, receive an additional 40% when it's capped out. So you can tell here there are 3 builds that I can make for you with Grima. So first build will be a madness build. Again, it's a madness build, but you can combine it with either of the 2 other builds that I will be talking about. So the madness build is kind of a like middle ground between the 2 other one. Otherwise, you can focus all about the survivor and the second in command, and have just a little bit of Worm Tongue here, like here and there. And this is going to be a melee build because your second in command only gives the buff to your melee unit. I think, in my opinion, this is going to be probably the best build with melee unit and the Worm Tongue. Otherwise, if you have the rank 5 and you're against a lot of range unit, you can always build the outflank, but you're going to need this Wizard Assistant at this point, raise it level 15. So this is basically 15 wasted points, so you can have access to outflank that will give you 14% more damage against range unit. So if you're running Reapers and was it Reapers and snipers, sorry. This is going to be a lot of damage in the end to those units. And the lower defense will also have your unit have a chance to deal an additional sorry, an additional 50 damage, 50% of 50%. So how do you build it? Sadly, as you can tell, my Grima is rank 1, so I'm only going to be able to tell you how many points. So let's say your Grima is respect, let's say 3, because otherwise you can just put points in second in command and Wormtongue, although I honestly strongly advise you to have it at least respect 3 for him to work well with Survivor. So you want to put 15 point in Survivor, obviously. So 15 point here, giving you access to Prudence, and you're going to put 7 point here as well. So we're at 22 points already. Then you're going to go second in command. That's for the melee build. So you're going to go second in command, boom, and you're going to give 15 points here. And then you're going to go with discipline, adding another 7, so you get these 35 bonus. We're now at 44 points, and don't forget, Grima is very nice because you get those 5 points because he's a support commander. So then you go to the Wormtongue trait. You start by putting 2 points in there. So 2 points here, just so you can get the Wormtongue and access to Master of Mischief, and eventually maybe Enfeeble. It is debatable if you want to just add some madness to the whole thing. Master of Mischief can only have like 1 point in to inflict the madness. The only difference is the defense will not drop, which is okay. You already inflict the madness. So at least 3 point here, which give us 47 points. At this point, you still have 4 points available if you did the whole weapon mastery. You have an additional 5 by getting him level 20. And you basically have 3 bonus points just for the level up. So respect 3 gives you 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So you have 12 points remaining. You can put 7 points in anticipation, just because it will help you survive the first round, even though it is also your unit with the lowest defense, so they will most likely take more damage, and this effect just sticks around until it happens. So yeah, put 7 points in there. So we're down to 5 points left, and the 5 points that are left, you can actually use it in Wormtongue here. So you put 2 points here to get another level, and you get 2 point here in Enfeeble, leaving you 1 left. Alright, sorry for that. Took my snipping tool out, and I'm going to just write down whatever we need point in. So it's going to be 15 here, then you're going to put 7 here, another 15 here, and 7 here, another 7 here, and you're gonna go I think I said 4, and you put 1 here and 2 here. So in total you're gonna be left with 1 point if you have Grima level 50, but the order of building it will be Survivor first with those here, then second in command, finishing with the Wormtongue. Alright, that being said, let's go to the second build, which is the range build. Range build, again, very, very specific and situational, so you really have to actually have like Lothlorien, Linden, or yeah, with their tier 4, like a lot of enemy that will actually carry the archers. If you're against Gondor or Rohan, this build will not work. Let me just tell you. Alright, so first of all, you have to put 15 point here. Sadly, it's going to be lost, but You have to, because you need these you need the outflank here, and you also need lower defense, so might as well. This I would have it in all the other build, but because it's hidden behind the wizard assistant, I'm not using it, sadly. But because you are going for it, like, the lower defense is actually kind of mandatory here if you want to do more damage, because 14% is good, but this is actually helping a lot. So you basically fill up this trait, the rank 5. So it's 29 points already. Then you're going to get 15 points into survivors, because survivor is just great. And again, you're going to go with prudence, so another 22 point. We're already at 51. See the difference between the other build, and sadly we're losing 15 here. At this point, it's very, very up to you. You still have, again, 5 point from the support, 4 point if you have master and arm, and because you have it respect 5, you have an additional 5 point, so 14. You've got 14 point minus 1, so 13 left, because we're at 51 currently. So we have 13 point left. You can play with the madness if it's something that that can work for you, or you can go even more defensive and go second in command. Although, very important to know, and the reason why I am kind of like in between is second in command only affect melee unit, and you will be running snipers, although you will also be running reapers. So reapers will benefit from the 15 bonus. And yeah, so you can put like points in the second in command to get this, and like the focus at the end. Sadly, you won't have like a lot of points to actually build the defense of discipline or even the anticipation, and you won't have any points for warm tongue. But again, this build, not my favorite, but it exists. That being said, again, very, very specific against ranged unit. And the last build, which is the madness build. This build is very, very one side or the other. Like, it's madness, it's RNG. You never know exactly what will actually happen, and yeah, if somebody's carry like a helmet, or you face a gore bag, this build sometimes cannot work, especially if they have a gore bag. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna go with Worm Tongue and put it at the maximum. This is also going to help your unit survive, because you're going to reduce the defense, but the might as well. So the enemy will deal a lot less, a lot less damage, as well as taking a lot more damage, because 50 of both stats is nothing to scoff about. You're gonna need Massive Mischief at maximum, because you want this 35 reduction of the defense as well, and Enfeeble at maximum. So already here 29 points, all in the 3, and this is going to give any enemy unit subjected to madness basically 40% increased damage taken. What is very, very strong is Worm Tongue, which happened in round 2, happened at the same time as Master of Mischief. So if the commander is a DPS commander and it attacked their own unit with Enfeeble, because they are already affected by madness, they can be like, there can be devastation. It can be super, super strong. Alright, then this build will be built up with tanky units. You want to reduce your loss as much as you can while they are killing themselves with their own units. That's basically the build. So you will go survivor, obviously, because 30% less damage for 6 round is massive, and the prudence as well. And with these two already, we're at 51. So we have 13 point left if you have it respect 5, although you only need respect 3. So let's say you have it respect 3, 11 point left. I would go second in command and raise the defense, the discipline. So you basically put 2 point here, 2 point here. So it's going to be 6 point here, 3 point here. So 9 and 2 points, 2 more point here. So if you have respect 4, you can have an additional in discipline. So let's recap this whole trait. 3 all complete, 15, 7, 7, 15 in survivor, 7 in prudence, and then you have your leftover points in second in command and discipline. As soon as you can give point in discipline. Every 2 point of second in command, you have 1 point in discipline. So that's the build. Again, we're going to equipment in a few seconds, and there are specific build for all those builds. And it's going to take a while. But if you're sticking with me, give me a like, give me a sub, just put some comment if you have a question. I'll read all of those. And yeah, we're going to jump to equipment. So let's see. I do have some in my bag. And again, it comes back to something about Grima. He is a man commander. And this is very, very specific to himself. And because of it, he's not able to equip everything on the evil side. So a lot of things are about evil man, like orcs, Maiar, and stuff, but not a lot of equipment are strictly for men. So you have to kind of find the middle. So let's start with the melee build, like the build that I would recommend the most. So you have the where is it? Do I have one? I have the Uruk-hai broadsword. Not particularly my favorite, but it gives it gives might, which is not the greatest. Although you kind of want to still have your army to deal more damage, just because you already reduce the damage a lot, and if you don't want to always make draw, you need your army to deal damage. So this is not too bad, although it's not ideal. But the army HP is the main reason why I am using the Uruk-hai broadsword, because it affects orcs and Uruk-hai, and you're going to be running Berserker, Crusher, and Reaper. That being said, you can go for Orc Strength here, because or ally unit damage dealt plus 1.5, which your Reaper and Crusher will benefit greatly. And then you can also go with the that's why Grima is so like complicated. You can go with the Carver, but this is for man and evil man. If you are playing on a non-RP server, the Gondor like Gondoran pikes are great because they are very tanky, but this would be for a madness build. So the Carver, again, you can run with Albardier and basically like Dragoon and anything that is evil man related for this one. And you have man allied unit here if you are running a non-RP server. Again, Gondorian Pike, great if you're non-RP. Otherwise, I'd say like Flay, just because of the Flay or Smite. He is a tiny Sauron, so I guess the Smite could do some damage, although it's not particularly great. But if you are running the Madness build, Smite is good. And yeah, it will also provide attack for your main unit, might and focus, so basically all around good. So this Carver here for the Madness build, or the melee build, but with Evil Man. Then you have the Easterling Spear, which is right here. Again, if you're running with Evil Man, you can either put Bane of Mounted Unit, as I have over here, or the Mounted Might if you're running Dragoon. But again, not the best. It's just an option if you don't have anything else. But Bane of Mounted Unit, I mean, if you're doing the quest for the dagger, would be great. And that's it for purple. Speaking of gold item, Grima's dagger is actually great. There's like as you saw, there's not a lot of option for Grima's weapon that will fit him well. That being said, the Grima's dagger, here are the stats. So it's good with Urukai because it gives speed, but it also gives focus and might, and a lot of it. Like 12 focus, nothing to scoff about. But it got Silver Tongue, which first round has a 16.7 chance to activate Worm Tongue level 1. If you remember, Worm Tongue level 1 gives madness to the enemy commander. So commander will be, if it triggers, it's only 16%, but if it triggers, it will gives round 1 and round 2 madness to the enemy commander. And there's a lot of things with Rush and like Faramir, Aldir, they have Rush, so it can be a lot of damage to like their own unit in round 1, which is great. That being said, it's only a 16.7%, and if I recall correctly, this is what increase. I can actually, maybe I could go into walkthrough. By the way, great option now. Let's see here. You have it. Oh, first round. Okay, so it increased both. That's great. That's a very, very good news. So eventually you'll have like level 5 Worm Tongue at probably 100%. If you want to focus Grima's weapon, that's great. Is there like someone with a better one? Oh, here. See, that's the whole stats. When it's, I wouldn't like do that myself because that's a lot of gold item and I'm not that of a whale. But if you are, good for you. Okay, so that's Grima's daggers, which is good for him if you can have it. Although, in my opinion, there is a lot better places to actually use your mithril. And Gorbag. Gorbag is good. Or even Khaldun, actually. Alright, so that's first one. Then the Sandclaw, which I don't have one anymore. Let me go in the Madam. But again, this would be for the Evil Man build. Here, and the Sandclaw is right down here. Sandclaw can be wielded by man, obviously. So, might, focus, and speed, all the stats. But it also gives attack for Evil Man, and there's some stuff here to gives Evil Man damage as well. So if you're running Evil Man build with Dragoon, Bombardier, and maybe even a tier 4, depending on where you're located, Sandclaw can be good. Then the Gigantic Hammer is one of the option, just because it gives ton of attack, and sometimes you can be running trolls to tank. Although if you're running madness, I strongly don't recommend it, just because they will taunt the enemy and you don't want that. But if you're running the Rune Chariot, this is crazy good, and it also gives a lot of attack. So yeah, basically this or a single stack Mumakil, because this build's still in action. The large unit will, like your Mumakil, will get bonus 96 attack or so, even more. So this is very, very strong. And the last build, the last one is for the range build, and it is the Black Bow. Did I miss the Mirkwood Bow? Yeah, sorry, I missed the range build. I'll come back to purple. Sorry, I missed some of the purple. So yeah, basically range attack, might, and speed. I don't know here, but I guess like range might or something about range unit. Yeah, this could be good for the range build. I'm sorry about it. I thought I said to myself that I would do the other build first and then the range build, but I completely forgot. So Mirkwood Bow, which can be wielded by man, gives your range unit damage. And that's the thing with range unit. As you will see, you can have +3 in the weapon, +3 in the not in the armor, sorry, but in the helmet, and +3 in the accessories. So you can get +9 attack just because they are range. So starting here, and because you will be running snipers, sharpshooter, 50% chance of gaining. This is only rank 2. It gives like, I think 40%. Sorry, 30%. Yeah. So 50% each round. So it's crazy good. Like run sharpshooter, or worst case ranged might, which is the one that you probably will have on the black bow, but in better because it's gold item, so 12% probably. So yeah, sharpshooter or range might. That's for the Mirkwood bow, which is your main weapon if you want to go range. Well, the range build. And then you have the Uruk crossbow, again might and range, a little bit like the Uruk broadsword, although the range attack is better. But here you can have Uruk-hai strength because you will be running snipers again, or Uruk pride. That would work too. Again, but that's only for your archer. So I would deal more damage than speed, but that's worst case. So Uruk-hai might is just all around better. So that's for weapons. Sorry for missing the two purple, but at least we went back for them. Alright, so now armor. Again, multiple build. I don't have all of them. I don't have a hunter skin, sadly. Yeah, I don't have a hunter skin. Okay, so we're gonna go in the Madam after that. So first of all, for your melee build with your Crusher, Reaper, and Berserk, go with the classic. Superior Hauberk, your army defense plus 15, very strong. Mine has fire protection because I'm playing on non-RP server, so this is my like Witch King counter. But you can go for melee vigor or even Shroud. Shroud would work very well here, just because you have multiple instances of evading stuff. So go for Shroud or melee vigor. If you're non-RP, obviously the burn damage, the fire protection is great, but it is very, very specific and situational. That being said, good old classic scale mail, especially if you have like all melee, Crusher, Berserk, and Reaper. 15 melee defense, very, very good, but it gives also focus instead of only might compared to the superior Hauberk. So go for with melee vigor because you're running 3 kind of unit, and well, sadly guard will only affect 1. So yeah, melee vigor is your best bet here. That being said, that's good for both the Evil Men build as well as the Orc and Uruk-hai build. This will work with both. Then we have in the purple here and here the under skin, which again is range oriented and gives your army defense range plus 5. It gives focus and speed. I guess it works, but it's for the effect here. I'm pretty sure there's like a range bonus. So if you have the range bonus for your underskin and you want to like slap it on the range build, go for it. But this is the range option. And that's it for purple. There's actually 5 choices for the gold one if you have them. So first of all, Warborn Plate for obvious reason. Might, speed, defense for melee. And if you're running your melee, this is a great one. I have Fortitude of Soldier, which reduces damage received. But the defense here, Resilience of Soldier, the one that gives flat defense, could be also very good. I wouldn't go for Improved Shroud, just because it's only for the first round. So I'd rather have like the whole like defense here. So both of these two are great for the Warborn Plate on the melee build. And it works for both Evil Man and Berserk, Reaper, and company. So the melee build, basically. Then you have Great Place of the East here, which can be equipped by human. As you can see here, very important to take a look. And this one is for, obviously, the Evil Man build. So it's just basically Fortitude of Man, gives you defense, gives you flat focus, which is great, and HP. Straightforward, very, very easy. Then Mithril Coat, I have one here that still remain. Here, first 2 round, ally defense plus 5%. that can be one just because past round 4 you have the reduction of 30% damage. Otherwise, tactical maneuver, first 3 round ally unit damage received minus 3 is going to get to 18%. So tactical maneuver can be very, very strong with the build as well. And this would work for like it's all the army defense. So it's either good for pretty much the 3 build that I told you. And the focus 2. That being said, the last one is the Ranger Shroud, which is very, very strong if you actually have it for the because it gives attack. So remember when I said you can get weapon, helmet, and accessories? This is the only exception. You can get 3 more attack, bring it to plus 12 attack to your range unit if you have the Ranger Shroud. And I unfortunately don't have one anymore, so for the skill over here, I would suggest something about like range damage or something like defensive. But just for the plus 3 here, if you have it, crazy good. And this is obviously only for the range build. I felt like I didn't have to say it, but I had to say it too. Alright, let's jump to helmets. Again, a lot of choices, very, very depending on whatever you wanna build. So first of all, do I still have what I do? So brutal helmet, because of the HP for melee. So in your melee build, this could work for Evil Man build or Orc and Berserk, well, Orc and Yokai build. You can have melee vigor. You can have even a dread could work, I guess. Yokai vigor, I guess it's just better to have melee vigor because it's everybody that is melee and you're all melee. So melee vigor, maybe dread, but again debatable because of the stun that will happen each round. Your madness is not triggering, so. And it's only 1 unit, but again, melee vigor prioritize, then dread. And it also gives plus 3 HP to your army, so that's very strong for the tankiness, might speed, as we said. Then we have the Horseman Helms here. This one would be for your Evil Man, because the defense would only be for your Dragoon. Although it is debatable, again, if you want to protect your army for the first 3 round or first 2 round against madness or against stun. Again, adjust to your meta. If your meta is a lot of Witch King and a lot of like Nazgul, like Grima is a fantastic counter for Witch King because of his madness. So you don't want to get stunned in the first round. So we use the warding here, stun immunity. The first round where the Nazgul is the Nazgul Screech, whatever stuns you, doesn't work here, so you can keep fighting. And if you're lucky and you hit the madness on like his Alchemist, which happened to a lot of me last season, it's like devastating to the army. Might and speed, might is okay, speed is okay as well, but yeah, the main reason is like the stun protection, or if you're putting on for Evil Man troops, the defense for mounted unit. Again, very, very specific, adjust to your meta. Then you go Bone Mask. Here, I am actually going to go directly here. You want this piece here, 5-star gold, but this is for the, well, mainly, actually, not only, but mainly for the Madness build, because it gives Madness every 2 round, which trigger the Enfeeble, gives you 40% increase damage. And the HP here is also a great bonus, gives you might, focus. So this is for the Madness build. Very strong, although you can still use it on your melee build as well, because it's still a great helmet, and giving Madness is always good. And the last one is the Trapper Hood with Hysteria. Trapper Hood can be used in both the Madness build, or again, Madness build just because it carries Hysteria, or the range. So here, range vigor, ally receive minus 6%. So it also gives your attack +3 again, +3 attack, crazy good. And yeah, so if you're running the range build, you can have like a little bit of both. Where the Hysteria will trigger Madness every 2 round, and the range will also get +3 damage. So Trapper Hood for the range, and even the Madness build if you don't have a Bone Mask. Let's just put it like this. And that's it for purple helmets. There are 4, I would say 3.5, 3.5 helmet that are gold. I do have one here, Cask of Pride Classic, for your melee build. Gives might, Fortitude of Soldier. I actually have one that is better right here, so 2-star gold. Again, with your Berserk, Reaper, and Crusher, crazy good. Gives you defense, gives you protection. The Easterling Helm right next to it, if you're running Evil Man, it gives you defense for Evil Man, and the stun immunity. Well, mine has stun immunity. There's like a lot of option. You can have Fortitude of Man, Evil Man Fortune, that will receive like 9% less damage here. So that's good too. Yeah, mine is Resolve of Evil Man just for the stun immunity. It's very good. That's 2. So we went over the Orc build and the Evil Man build. This one could also work with the Evil Man if you want to. The Cask of Pride. So then we go with the Harrod Cask and the sorry, what's it called? Hunter's Guide. Yep, here. So let's start with the Harrod Cask. This one obviously is for Evil Man. I honestly don't know any of the substat. Go defensive, or maybe adjust, see what you've got. But yeah, the defense for Evil Man, very good. But I think it's comparable to the Cask of Pride, although this one gives focus, which is the main difference, and Grima likes focus. And not last but not least, the Hunter's Guide, which gives you, again, for the range build only, gives you attack for the range. This also carries, if I recall correctly, the Aegis. So basically immune to Madness and Stun for the first, I think it's 4 rounds. So if you have this, crazy strong. But it's only for the range build. Like, you don't want this with any of the other build I've said. And that's it for helmet. Trying to take a pace here. There's not a lot of accessories, so we're going to be passing through those real quick and jumping into army composition. So worn out smoke pipe can be carried by human. Focus, a lot of focus, and sustain to keep your unit alive. This is good in all the build. Basically, all the build that you can have this accessory, it's good. It's going to do great work for you. And if you're running, again, range, wizard fireworks, which gives you range attack. Oh, surprise, surprise. So this is what completes the range build. So you can have +12 if everything is refined max at max. And man, this is very good for the healing. But you can also have, if you're playing against Gilgalad, Pursuit, very good. And Bane of Mounted Unit, I guess. But I would go with Range and Might. Alignment range unit, damage dealt +9. So very strong. And that's it for the 2 purple. For the gold items, let's go with the Fiddle of the Eldest first. Boom, right here. And the Fiddle of the Eldest. Let's go with melee, Might of Soldier, all melee unit if you're running Evil Man. Or even actually the Uruk and whatever, Uruk and Hork. Second Wind can also be one of the options, but I would go with Might of Soldier or even Blitz. First 4 round commander unit. Commanding unit has 16% chance to get initiative, so you move first in the first round, 4 round. And then you have the Palantir that I had one. I guess I used it somewhere. Well, rest in peace, my Palantir. I'm going to go and get it here. Which gives basically your troop attack, like attack, focus. It has tactical mark. There's so many good things about the Palantir or tank. Um, yeah, focus, attack, just two stats that are very, very strong. And basically tactical mark or anything is pursuit, maximum damage. There's a lot of options, but this item is crazy good. I recommend it a lot. And the last one will be the fine smoking pipe, which I don't have anymore. Did I pass it? I probably passed it. I had one with husbandry, so I had to use it because it's not good really. But it gives your army HP, crazy focus. You can also have a lot of things that gives you like blitz or defense, even healing. So fine smoking pipe, sorry, is also very, very good on Grima. That's it. That's for the equipment. That's a lot of them, but yeah, we went through it. So now let's go here, and go into the barrack. So okay. Well, first of all, let's go with the orc and Urukai build. Let's just go with the classic. If you have hired troops, like my half troll here, they could actually be good because they have the bleed and they are immune to stun already. So there's a few things all around, but Reapers, well, such a shame mine are not very high, but because you will have the survival trait on your melee build, you have round 5 onward, damage dealt 35% until the end of battle. Well, 35 at max, so it's 70 damage. And they also have normal attack that will prioritize the lowest defense, aka archers most of the time, and they will deal more damage. So these guys do a ton of damage past round 5, and since you start getting your survivor at round 4, you have 30% reduction damage to your unit, and they will be most likely the one with the less defense. Actually, you know what? Maybe Crusher has less defense. Oh, never mind. So yeah, they will be. They will also have the protection for the second in command because they are the unit with the less defense, which is 30. Then you would put Berserk. Never mind. Actually, you know what? That's not true. Berserk get 20 if you put this at maximum. So 20 plus 18, 38. So they will be at 38 defense at least without your equipment. But yeah, Berserk. They have a huge buff, like a 20% damage at the beginning, and they also are immune to stun and have defense for the whole battle if you raise this trait. They also do damage. They have the bonus with all the equipment that we've talked about. So yeah, they're just a good melee unit. We want melee, that's why they're here. And Crusher, which will pair pretty well with your Berserk because it will reduce the defense of the enemy with the lowest attack, usually like dwarves, guardian, something like something tankier, cataphract, like anything like that. And yeah, so they reduce their defense by flat amount, not the greatest, but still, reduction is a reduction. So yeah, that's for the melee build, but you can always put some raider in there if you want. If you see that you're against like cavalry, these guys could replace the Crusher instead of just having some cavalry, anti-cavalry. That being said, let's jump to Evil Man. Evil Man, we said mounted unit are the only one they have in Dragoon, and they actually have a reduction of damage for the range unit, enemy range unit. So can work well. Corsair has the evade already. It's only a 10%, but you combine that with all your other like evade and stuff, the 10% becomes it adds up. So, and they're not so squishy, especially if you can add some defense right here. Then for your Evil Man Halbardier, if you're against cavalry, very good. If you are in a non-RP server, the Pike Cataphract, very strong in the Madness build because you have defensive unit. and even like the dwarves that the guardian. So you just let them be there, tank the damage, and they go crazy with the madness. And for the range build, I would say you can combine two things. First of all, if you have a lot of damage, like add 12 damage here, they can attack twice. The Morgul Arbalest can be good. But you want to eliminate the enemy on the other side. So the main unit that you will use will be here, the sniper. Unfortunately, I don't have them unlocked because I then had to play them. I'm playing Reapers instead. But if you are going for the anti-range, you will have Bullseye, which against the enemy, it prioritizes the range unit and deals an additional 30% at max, which is very, very good. And they are also protected by the, well, if you have the second in command, they are the one with the less defense. So snipers, and instead of the other archers, you can also put maybe some Reaper, just because they will focus their enemy, and you have 14% increased damage to a range unit. So if you want to eliminate tier 4, like those pesky tier 4, that's the way to go. And for tanking, if you didn't put any point into Madness, Mountain Troll for the first round, very strong for tanking. Otherwise, anything that is that could be a front line. If there are Archer, Dragoon or tanky and resist archery. And otherwise, I would say just go for maybe like, yeah, Raiders could be tanky, but yeah, if you can have Trolls or Dragoon, that would be best for you. That being said, if you are in a non-RP server, I will say that again and again because I'm playing it on non-RP. If you're playing non-RP server, go with Dwarves Guardian, very good, or even Cataphract, like Gondorian Pikes, they're very strong too. I know that was a lot. Like, it's just Grima can be so versatile, so you basically have so many choices, and yeah, so you build it whatever your needs, or if you want to just put some troops and make it tank, and you let the Wormtongue do the job for you and let them kill themselves. That's it. That's how Grima works. And on that, if you have any question, if you're still there at the end, leave me a comment, tell me, and like, I don't know, I'll find something to do, like, I don't know, a reward or something. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, yeah, I hope this was very helpful to you. If you have a question, if you have any suggestion, anything you want to share with us, put it in the comment below. As I said, I watch all of them, I listen, and I read all of them. So yeah, thank you for being here. Hopefully this helps you, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Ciao for now.